Okay, so carrying on from the first Soundtrap video we did where you set up your free account, what I'd now like to cover is how to create your own drum track. So Soundtrap have come up with a really good way of, nice simple way of creating your own drum beats. Let's go into the studio and have a look. So when you first go into the studio, you're presented with two options. Are you going to do music or a podcast? We're going to stick with music for the time being. So select that. You've got on the left-hand side your options to add different tracks there. So you'd add your different instruments down the side. You've got 6 different options in the middle. We're going to be having a look at the Patterns Beat Maker today. And then one last thing on the right-hand side, your purple button there is the Loops button. And you can drag and drop a variety of different sounds from here into your track, just as you would ordinarily do with Logic at school. One thing to note with the loops, if it's got the little orange Music Makers thing underneath, it's not free unless you've got the Music Makers add-on option, which you might have opted for free. I haven't, so I've just got the free one. So there's loads of good stuff to experiment with there, but not what we're going to be focusing on today. So right now we are doing the Patterns Beat Maker, so I'm going to click on that. It automatically adds me in a drum track at the top there, so you can see that it's chosen the vanilla kit. Now this is an electronic kit. You can change the sound of your drum kit by clicking on that there, and so you can see we've got kits, which are all your standard drum kit sounds. So I'm going to go for clean black today, which is just a standard drum kit set. Scrolling down, you've got machines, and then at the bottom you've got processed. So these are more electronic sounds, ones with more effects added. There'll be a whole variety of different techniques used to make those sounds as they are. So by all means, have an experiment. No need to just stick with the basic one like I'm going to do, but today I'm going to stick with clean black. So I've selected that, click the cross, and now, now it's just going to give me really standard sounds, which is what I'm after. On the left-hand side of your drum kit section, you can add in a variety of different sounds. So I've got my kick drum, which is my bass drum, snare drum, and then hi-hat. You can see I've got a little drop down arrow there, which I can click to select a variety of different sounds there. So maybe I don't want a kick drum, maybe I want something else. Or I can go down underneath and I can add in different sounds. So I've got kick, snare, hi-hat closed, hi-hat open, crash cymbal, ride cymbal, and you can keep going and going and going. I'm just going to stick really simple and just use my kick, my snare, and my hi-hat closed. I'm just going to put in a very simple rock rhythm. And here we go. So for my rock rhythm, I'm going to have quavers on the hi-hats. There we go. There. I should perhaps say each one of these blocks is a crotchet beat. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 crotchets in my bar. Each one of the individual squares, the subdivisions, is a semi-quaver. So because I've got left a gap in between, that is now quavers. So my hi-hat is done. I'm going to have my kick drum there, my snare drum there. Super simple. There we go. Right, to have a listen back. Just bear in mind this is coming through my laptop speaker, so it's not going to be super sounding. I'm going to put the cycle button on, which it already is, and let's have a listen. So hopefully you can hear that. You can certainly hear the hi-hat. I don't know whether the kick and the snare are coming through properly, but that is my rhythm. That's done. Last thing I'm going to do is go to the top right-hand section of the region and drag that across so that it is now 8 bars long. So that's done. I can turn my cycle button off now. So that's done. I've got 8 bars worth of drum rhythm. Now you can make yours as simple or as complicated as you like. We've just done super simple here. But yeah, you can go absolutely nuts. If you would like a challenge option and maybe you'd like to write in some slightly more complicated drum rhythms, there's a really good website which I'd recommend having a look at. If you head over to onlinedrummer.com, you can choose from a whole load of different drum beats. Find one that you like the look of. So what we're going to click on, let's just go for this one, 6 2-bar rock grooves. Click on that and it'll show you what the beat looks like if you were to write it down. And at the bottom, you can click play and have a listen to that. So that's a really useful website if you're looking for a variety of different drum beats. So that's onlinedrummer.com. So if you really want a challenge activity, go back and try and see if you can write in your complicated drum pattern using the pattern whatever it's called, the pattern writer thing on Soundtrap. Last thing you need to do, click save. And then the last thing I'd like you to do, go to File, Export, Export project as an MP3 file. It might come up with the project has been mixed on our servers, please try again in a minute. It just means it's kind of updating things so it's got the sounds all prepared and ready to go. So click OK. As you can see, it's saying mixing there. So as soon as that's done, I'm going to try and export that. So there we go, that's mixed. So now, as I said, I can go to File, I can go to Export, Export project as an MP3 file. You can see it's downloaded there. And that's it. That's the file I'd like you to upload to the assignment so I can have a listen to your drum rhythm. So as I said, make it as simple or as complicated as you would like. Use the online drummer website as a bit of a helping hand if you're looking for a bit of help writing out your drum rhythm, and send me the file on Teams.